Facebook, YouTube, what's going on? It's your guy, Professor Smell Good, coming to you guys live here at my shop, 7th of Shane, East Lafayette, inside of the Family Fair Marketplace. All right, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. All right, cool. So, a lot of people, they wonder, who introduced me to the oils? How was I actually introduced to the oils, okay? Now, first and foremost, I became familiar with the oils by a brother who goes by the name of Abdul Hamid. Abdul Hamid was the first person to pretty much introduce me. Actually, no. It was a guy that, from down south, Cleveland, Mississippi. We used to call him Heezy. We used to call him Mayhall, okay? He was the first person to actually introduce me to the oil, okay? And that was the Egyptian musk, right? And there's two different types. Actually, there's three different types of Egyptian musk, right? But the one that we are all familiar with is the regular Egyptian musk, right? But he introduced me to the white Egyptian musk, okay? After, being into this oil business so long, I find out, oh, that's the one that he introduced me to, right? So it's a guy named Mayhall from the south, man. Cleveland, Mississippi. He introduced me to the oil called Egyptian musk, but it was actually the clear Egyptian musk, and it was very thick. And I'm 30 years old now. I'll be 31 November 18th this month. Man, I was maybe 15 at the time. I was like maybe 14 to 15. All right, so he was the first one to introduce me to that oil, okay? Now, as far as who introduced me to a large selection of oils was a brother here in Detroit that goes by the name of Abdul Hamid, right? He got a store called the Halal Bookstore. He was the one that introduced me to the oils as far as a variety. Now, the one who actually introduced me to the oil game, the oil business, was actually a brother who goes by the name of Tajani. They call him Abdul Haq, okay? Abdul Haq or Tajani, Prince Tajani. He makes the jewelry, but he sells oils and incense too. He was the one that introduced me to the oil game, okay? I was working at T-Mobile. I remember just like it was yesterday. I was working at T-Mobile and I used to come to the mosque, the Muslim Center over there on Davidson, west side of Detroit, Davidson and Woodrow Wilson. And, when I used to go there, what happened was the brother told me, he said, listen, man, I see you, you always come to the mosque and you always, suit, tie, going to T-Mobile. He was like, man, listen, don't get used to working for people, because if they fire you, where are you going to be working at? Where's the income going to come from? He said, listen, man, try to get your mindset, try to get in the mode of being an entrepreneur to some extent. And he started talking about the oils, right? I heard him, what I'm saying, but I didn't actually put it into action. But I was just listening to the brother, So what happened was I was working at T-Mobile. I was actually the top salesman. And so I got laid off. The boss asked me to sign some documentation that I really wasn't comfortable with, that I really didn't understand. And I said, listen, I don't understand this, so I'm not going to sign it. And so he said, okay, well, if you're not going to sign it, then you got to go. And that was the last day working there, and I was working there for like a year some change. So when I lost that job, the first person came to my mind was Brother Tajani. And so I saw him in the mosque, and I told him about what happened. He gave me some oils on the house. All right, you ready for me?
Yeah, one.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
Cherry blossom, turquoise potion.
Let me try that cherry blossom.
Cherry blossom it is.
Yeah, it smells.
That's a good seller too. I'm actually almost out of that one too. Goes perfect with this type of weather too.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
She said, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Let me give you $5, right?
Yeah, okay. I may come back for some more.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
I
All right.
appreciate it.
Have a great one now, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right. So he was the one who introduced me to the oils, and pretty much I've been here ever since, man. Prince Tajani Abdul Haq. He was the first one to introduce me to the oil game, okay? So that's pretty much it. You got Professor Smell Good coming to you guys live here at my shop, 7th of Shane in East Lafayette, telling you guys about how I became introduced to the oil game. Thank you.